In a competition where the best things come in small packages, make it mini! 10 artists from across Canada and the world
If you can believe it, you can achieve it.
have gone to epic lengths to craft the miniature houses of their dreams.
Wow! Check, check, check.
Last time, the artists set the scene for a celebration in their dining rooms.
There's a lot to do.
I am in full panic mode.
Tracy secured her second big win,
Tracy, I am an absolute admirer of your work.
Thank you.
while Michelle failed to get the party started.
The miniaturist leaving us today is Michelle.
Now, only 5 remain to fight for the title.
I'm Abba Mukwando.
And this is Best in Miniature.
We're over halfway through the competition, and I just won the big challenge. I deserve that win. But at this point, I am in a room filled with such amazing, talented artists. I mean, the competition is real.
Hello, miniaturists, and welcome back to the workshop.
We started with 10 artists, and now there are only 5 of you with the semifinal just around the corner.
You're getting closer and closer to the finish line.
Making minis takes patience, precision, and care. And you lot have managed to deliver top-notch work in mere hours.
You've met every challenge head-on, pushed yourselves, and designed stunning interiors.
I feel like a kid in a candy store every time I see your finished rooms. Which brings us to today's mini challenge. Any guesses as to who this might be? Don't think too hard, it's me. This was one of my first Christmas photos. It was the first time I met Santa. This photo really brings back a strong childhood memory for me. Today, you'll travel back in time to when you were wee.
For this mini challenge, we want you to create an object inspired by a childhood memory.
Emma and I are always looking for scale and execution, but we would also like you to think about adding an element of interactivity to your pieces.
How you perform in the mini challenge will be factored into the judge's decision of who stays and who goes home. And the winner will earn a prize that will help them to pursue their miniature dreams. But you'll find out what it is at the end of the challenge.
For this mini challenge, it does have me worried because this score is gonna factor in with my big challenge, and I need to get every advantage I can to make it to the semifinals.
All right, you two, since you can't know who made what, it's time to skedaddle.
Good luck.
Have fun with this one.
Bye. Bye.
You have 75 minutes. Make it mini. Woo!
I'm feeling excited and adventurous today.
Even though the competition is getting very serious at this point, this challenge is all about childhood memories. There are so many ways to interpret this challenge, whether you make a single item or a scene. It's just tell a story and let us get to know them as kids.
This is going to be very tricky. I really need to win this mini challenge. I haven't won anything in a while, and I am sure that it will play a big advantage for the next big challenge. So I am making a unicycle. In Japan, you have an opportunity to learn how to ride a unicycle. I was about 6 years old when I first touched the unicycle and then realized that I'm going to master you. I became quite good at it. I was able to hop with the unicycle. I was able to go down the stairs. I was a pro. That was a very fun memory I had when I was a child to accomplish something very difficult. I've never really made anything with wheels before. I have no idea how to do this, so I'm taking a risk.
It's safe to say that growing up around tools and paint and supplies really helped pave the way for the miniature hobby that I enjoy today. So I'm making a slide out of wood. My grandfather and I spent a lot of time together while I was growing up. We were really close. And one day he decided we were gonna put together a little slide for me. He always had all this crazy scrap stuff laying around from different jobs. And it was such a sense of freedom to just get to grab the paint can off the shelf and open it up and take the brush and haphazardly just slinging this paint everywhere. It was all about me having fun in that moment. And that's a really treasured memory.
How do you feel about being a part of the final 5? That's a big deal.
The competition's getting a lot stiffer, and I feel like everybody's just decided they're gonna throw caution to the wind. These guys are hard to beat when they're just kind of like, well, whatever. Now they're really playing seriously. What am I gonna do?
Exactly.
I've never made a miniature stuffed animal ever before, and there's a reason for that. They're really difficult. My memory is based around my childhood stuffed turtle, and I was given this by my aunt, who I'm very close to. In summers when I was a kid, my parents were both teachers, so a lot of times we'd go to Florida, and when we were driving back to Canada, we had stayed in a motel, and I forgot my stuffed animal. So we had to turn around on the highway to go back and rescue it. There was lots of tears and stress, but I still have it to this day. This is a memory that sticks out and is strong, so we're gonna go with it.
This is going to be a gaming console. I grew up with 4 siblings and 1 controller, so we always constantly fought for who got to go next. My parents were always busy. They were new immigrants to Canada, so all they knew to do was to work hard. And so me and my siblings, we kind of depended and relied on each other. They were my homies. So this one's for you guys.
It's going to be a little beach scene with a sandcastle, and then the bucket's going to be over it, so you can actually remove the bucket and there'll be a little sandcastle underneath. The memory that I am choosing is going to the beach. It's something that we used to do as a family. Like, my dad is the youngest of 8 kids, and I have a lot of cousins. Almost every year we would all kind of get together, just kind of absolute chaos, with curry to sit and eat at the beach, because that's just kind of the thing that we did. As a kid, you're like, this is amazing. Definitely a memory that's just full of lots of joy, family, and I would love to sort of recreate that. I just have amazing memories of just making sandcastles, having a pinwheel, you know.
30 minutes left, so hurry up and make those memories.
Better hurry up, Hannah. You are so behind.
There's an element of interactivity that we were expecting. I'm hoping that I'm inspired by their piece to pick it up and touch and interact, make me want to be involved and forget anybody else is watching.
I think this was a bit too ambitious for me. The glue is not sticking, the wire cutter is not cutting. It's a nightmare. I am struggling to make this unicycle functional. To make the pedals spin, I am adding a hollow plastic beam piece, and I'm putting a wire through it, put it through the wheel so that pedal spins if you push it with your finger.
The interactive part of the requirements for this mini challenge, I'm gonna make a little tiny pail of paint, and I'm making a tiny paintbrush because I want the judges to be able to participate with little baby Preston in painting this slide.
Time's ticking. Oh man, this is what? For functionality, I really want to try and get a game cartridge in there. So what? I don't know if I'm gonna get my details in. My spray paint is not dry. It's not allowing me to put in the details that I want to in my gaming console. It's not working. I underestimated the time with this challenge for sure.
15 minutes left on the clock.
I am attaching the limbs to my little turtle. The interactive element is that the turtle is a puppet, so the front of the shell has an opening at the bottom, so you could probably get your pinky finger in there because it's very teeny tiny. And then I'm just putting a couple rocks on this piece of cork, kind of like the memory of it being coming back from a road trip, and it's like forgotten, kind of. Trying to sew this and not be super messy is a little tricky.
I'm hoping to make a little pinwheel that spins. I'm a little bit stressed out. I only have 10 minutes left, and I really want to make this pinwheel. I cut out a little square, fold that, and then you cut along each of those lines just a quarter of the way in, and you can fold each piece down, which creates the pinwheel shape. I'm just wanting to get this done in the time I have left. Okay.
You have 5 minutes left, miniaturists. 5 minutes.
I'm covering the tire with a bit of a brown because my unicycle was always covered with mud and sand because I'm always falling over. I had so many accidents when I was practicing the unicycle, so I am adding a first aid kit to create a scene.
I'm not really loving this. I think this is kind of ugly, so we're gonna scrape it off and do yellow lines.
Oh, come on. Why is this not working?
Anyone who's ever seen a paintbrush knows that there's a little tiny hole in the handle so you can hang it up to dry. If it splits, I got to start over from scratch. It didn't split.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Hands up.
I'm hoping that my little gaming cartridge doesn't get stuck because that's like the interactive element. And I know that there's still wet glue inside.
Your game system is so good. It's bringing back memories.
I love the dress. That's so cool.
Welcome back, judges.
Hey, Abba.
Hello.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna start with the beach scene. I'm so curious to see what in this I can play with. We got the little spinny thing. Okay, so that's not moving. Oh yeah, it comes off. There we go. The beginning of a sandcastle, tugging at the heartstrings because I don't know anybody who's ever been to a beach as a kid who didn't love doing this. The realism here is extremely high, beautiful presentation, nicely executed.
I'd like to talk about the slide. There's a bucket of paint here. No way. Oh, yes. Can you paint? Oh, yes, you can.
Gosh.
Oh, can I try? Go for it.
Okay. So much fun.
There's drawings on the back and sides, and they are exactly as a child would do them. I absolutely love this for loads of different reasons, and it really sums up my miniature world. Fun, creativity, and interactivity. And as you can see, we've all had a great time playing with it. So whoever did this, well done.
I want to talk about our poor little roadkill friend. I'm hoping it's not roadkill, the little turtle. I'm not sure what the story here is, and sorry if I'm being a little morbid. It doesn't look like a happy turtle, but nicely done, very cute. I really enjoy the way this turtle's legs actually go inside. It was a creative way to kind of approach, how do you make this turtle interactive? And this was pulled off nicely, so that was creative and challenging and well done there.
The unicycle. One of the hardest things to do in miniature is to create a wheel because of the spokes and to get that roundness. So whoever's done this, oh my goodness, very, very clever. And then to set a scene and show that there's been a little bit of an accident, the plaster, the logs, the mud and the stones on the cycle itself. It's interactive, beautifully crafted, and it tells a story. I really like this one.
The gaming console. When I was young, there'd be like 8 of us in a room, all just waiting for our turn. So fun. The interactivity part, I'm assuming it's the cartridge. I hope. Yeah, I don't think it comes out. I was looking forward to it. I'm not sure if it's supposed to come out. I wanted to see what game it was. I'm disappointed I didn't get to see that.
Judges, which tiny memories were unforgettable?
I really love the slide. Who made this? Preston. Interactive, fun, scale, perfection. It's great.
Thank you.
This unicycle, who made this one? Hannah.
That was me.
The detailing of the tires and the fact that it rotates, crashing, the dirt, the outside, presented very nicely.
Thank you.
So judges, which mini memory moved you the most?
Thank you all for sharing your memories with us. You made some fantastic pieces, and this really was a tough decision. Congratulations. Today's winner is Preston.
It feels amazing to secure this win because the competition is so strong at this point, and I know that it's never gonna hurt, especially going into the semifinals.
Well done, Preston. As your prize, you've won a masterclass in
Paper clay by Tori West, courtesy of the International Guilds of Miniature Artisans.
That's awesome. I'm feeling super excited about going into this big challenge because I'm on fire and I'm coming for the win.
Miniaturists, you've shared your childhood memories with us, and we're gonna keep it kid-friendly.
Today's big challenge is to create a kids' room. And even though we're calling it a kids' room, this can be a space for a baby, a teenager, or even an adult kid that's returned to the nest.
Your room needs to have a defined workspace or creative corner with a piece of scratch-made furniture and at least one hand-sewn item. And to make sure you elevate your storytelling, we'd also like you to create a secret message and stash it somewhere in the room.
The competition is getting harder and harder, and nailing the criteria might not be enough to keep you safe. So think about giving us more in terms of functionality and creativity. Give us a bit of fun.
Makers, you have 8 hours to build a kids' room that'll be the talk of the playground. The mini mall will open for the final hour of the challenge, but don't overuse it or you'll be grounded. Ready, set, make it mini.
Let's build.
Today, our miniaturists are building a kids' room. No matter what age you are, there's a room where you want to go and just kind of escape and just be yourself.
This is the chance for them really to break away from the theme or cohesiveness from the rest of the house. Let their imagination run wild and take some risks. I think the miniaturist who's going to win this challenge has got to level up above the others the interactivity, detail, but above all, show us another side to themselves.
We've just started the challenge and I'm running already. I love designing kids' spaces in real life. I have probably redecorated my kids' rooms about 3 or 4 times since they were little. The kids' room that I want to design is going to have a Scandinavian feel to it. It will have a house-shaped bed, which will have my secret message, and it will have a play kitchen and a window seat. It helps having children to try and capture kind of what you're wanting in the room, so I hope that I can do that.
The magic begins.
This room is Dawson, the misunderstood, angsty teenager's room. In all of my feedback for the big challenges, it's constantly been this story for me. The judges want to be smacked in the face with a story. And so this is going to be very different from the rest of my house. I've always kind of wanted to make a very messy teen room, just filled with stuff. I'm gonna put in a scratch-made bed and vintage lockers. I wanna make it really messy with clothes all over the place, tons of clutter, and posters all over the wall. That will be my secret message. When I was a kid, my only way of cleaning up would be shoving everything under my bed. I've won the mini challenge, but I really wanna win a big challenge because it purely showcases all of the craftsmanship and the effort behind my work.
It's not the room that I had growing up, but it's the room that I wish I had when I was a child. When I was little, my parents were a bit worried about me getting bullied because I was the only mixed-race kid in the neighborhood. My parents told me that I don't always have to have human as a friend. You could be friends with insects and birds and animals. So you'll see the story of that in my room. The kids' room that I'm making is going to be a treehouse-inspired hideout. It's going to have a fort made of bed sheets, a small art table with drawings and crafts. It will also feature a scratch-made cabinet and insects flying around. I definitely had a fun childhood. I used to be obsessed with books about insects when I was little. I was once interviewed by a local newspaper, and they wrote an article about me on how intensely I was able to connect with insects. I was a little weird, but...
See if this actually works.
This room is going to be so exciting and fun. I've got my kids in mind, so that's my inspiration as to how they would want their room to look like when they're teenagers. The style of my kids' room is going to be a futuristic look like the rest of my house. It is going to have bunk beds, a space-age computer console, and a functional sliding door that hides a secret message. It will be a vertical unit from top to bottom. I always like to start with the most complicated component. In this room, it's going to be the computer console because that is going to be my main focal point. This is going to be the side wall, and then this is where the whole computer console is going to be. I'm envisioning a lot of buttons, a lot of screens. I want the judges to see that, okay, wow, it's not just a keyboard or one computer screen. It's kind of like putting a 1,000-piece puzzle together, and then boom, you've got magic.
My goal with this challenge is to show the judges that I can lighten it up a little bit and have some fun with stuff using bright colors. The kid who lives in this room is named Oliver, after my little dog. He likes sports, he likes games, he's a little bit nerdy, he's got some books going on and his little model plane, and everything is untouched by the nuclear explosion, and it stayed that way for 60 years. It's gonna have a scratch-made bunk bed, toy shelf that stretches across the wall, and a workspace with a functioning drawer. It's also going to feature hand-sewn details to make it feel like a kid's room. Oh, it looks awesome.
Six hours left, miniaturists. 6 hours.
Time is ticking. I am making a tiny chair for the kids' art table. I am a little bit worried about this small space that I have with a triangle-shaped room, and it's a little bit too dark, so I am deciding to make a skylight. I'm making the skylight because I wanted to have more natural lights coming into the space, but I hope I'm not going to destroy the whole house by doing it. The glue is really tough, so I'm not doing a good job. Oh, this is a hard work. Come on. Imagine if I break the house now. Oh, God. It's coming off. It's coming off. There you go. Phew! That makes a huge difference inside, so I'm very happy with that. I want this to be like a little hideout, but at the same time, welcoming some insects into the space.
This is one of my favorite rooms. It's a kid's room. I really hope that we get to see an explosion of personality. Let us see your childish side.
This is the time for them to express themselves in a way we haven't seen, and I think they know how important that is. This will determine who is in the semifinals.
I don't think I'll ever be installing any crown molding in my house, so. But, you know, this room needs it, so it's not much I can do to kind of avoid it.
You're never not doing crown molding. Good on you.
I know, right? Gosh.
What's your plan for this room in particular?
My child's name, Alexander, which is my son's middle name. He's just lost his tooth, and the tooth fairy has visited, and there's going to be a little coin and a message under the pillow.
If you make it through, we'll be in the semifinals. How do you feel about that?
To be completely honest with you, like, it has been tough, but I'm super happy to be here. And if I can get through to the next round, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Look at that. I love clean lines and I love the details that come with it. And especially with like a sci-fi scene, you want to have that clean look, but also the grunge and the grime afterwards. For my room, there's 2 teenage boys living in here. There's one on the computer, possibly hacking the system, and then there's one that will be on the floor working on his robot.
So many components.
I find it interesting how you build your room outside and then you put it together like a puzzle piece, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is the 1,000-piece puzzle right here, and eventually it'll become one piece.
You have to just get your measurements absolutely precise, because slightest error, you find that it just doesn't fit. So this is harder to do, I think. But I doubted you once. I'll never doubt you again.
Very nice, it works.
I am working on the bedding for in my room. I certainly never made my bed as a teenager or as an adult. I want to have all of the blankets and pillows like kind of crumpled up. So I have a mixture of warm water and white craft glue. You soak your fabric in it, and then you can sculpt it to get realistic wrinkles so that as it dries, it stays down into the shape you want.
I see some mad concoctions going on over
Yeah,
here.
I got a lot of stuff drying because this is Dawson's very messy teenage room.
This is definitely outside your normal comfort zone, this kind of messy, unkempt clothes on the floor.
As you can tell, see, I'm trying to keep tidy. I would love to win a big challenge, of course, but also beyond just that, I would just love to make it to the semifinals. But I'm very intimidated by the competition I'm against for this. So I'm really trying to get the details in there, which I'm having fun with.
Magic word.
Yes.
If you have fun, then we're more likely to have fun, right?
Yeah.
Right now I'm working on my bunk bed, and this is gonna be the rail at the foot of the bunk bed. The reason I'm deciding to go with a bunk bed is because I'm really trying to outshine my competition. This railing system, to drill it out by hand and accurate, is difficult to do.
What's the story? What's happening right now in the room?
Well, it's still going to be cohesive with the rest of the story, so
Right.
the evacuation's still underway. So it is going to be dusty and kind of how he left it while he was playing.
Have you measured your bed? It looks quite a big bed for me.
Yeah, I made the bed just a little bit wider because I don't like those little narrower beds. I like the wider beds.
I don't want to know what our secret message is, but I would just like to ask politely that you make sure it doesn't blow up on us.
No one will be harmed, I promise.
Thank you.
I am making a broom to hold a fort up. I am making a fort because as a child, I always loved collecting bed sheets and duvet covers, pillows, anything to make this magical world just for me. You can sleep in a fort, you could play inside a fort, you could do anything in a fort. The key is that it looks handmade by a kid.
Are there any challenges you foresee in this room?
It's gonna be really tricky to make insects because they are gonna be so tiny. All the butterflies. I'm gonna have to make it out of paper, but I'll have to cut it out really, really tiny.
Yeah. What's your secret message gonna be?
Well, it's going to be a message from me as a kid. I have cut out tiny, weeny pieces of letters inside the fort. When it's lit up from inside, you can read the text to save our future. So
I love that.
I am working on my play kitchen. For my kids' room, I am going to be making a miniature kitchen. You know, it's a play kitchen for kids, and I am choosing to make it from wood. I am hoping to have a little functioning door on it.
Making lockers kind of as like an alternative for a dresser in here, and I think something cool. Like, I definitely would have loved lockers in my room when I was a teenager. Making this room is bringing back a lot of my childhood. I spent a lot of time in my room. When I was 9, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had to mature a lot because all of a sudden you're going to a hospital, you're not at school, you're not with your peers, so you're suddenly very different. And I was very lucky that my treatment was very aggressive, but short. After 7 months, I went into remission from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I don't think it defines me as a person now, but it obviously is a huge part of my childhood.
Like driving a car.
4 hours gone, which means you are halfway through this challenge, my friends.
time goes so fast.
I'm sewing. I have zero clue what I'm doing. One of the requirements for this challenge is a hand-sewn item. I decided to do something way more complicated than a bedspread or a pillow. I'm going to hand-stitch an entire backpack with a flap and the shoulder straps. The day was bound to come where I had to learn how to do this, right? So this is just a wing and a prayer.
Oh, no, it's jammed. I'm sewing my rectangular bed pillow, and it's jamming again. This is jamming. Like, I don't have time for this. There's so much I still have to do. Oh, my God. That stupid thing's jammed. This is jamming. It's the bobbin.
It's also, I think I have it on one of the tighter stitches. You can spread it out here.
That's okay. I've already sewn one piece. I ain't
Okay.
bothering trying to unjam this thing. The sewing machine is going away now.
The miniaturists are working on their kids' rooms. Let's talk about what you're seeing in the workshop so far.
Breyer's use of fabric is mind-boggling. It is so realistic, it's uncanny. I have a lot of hopes for this room because I see her just pouring herself into it and enjoying that process, which is perfect timing, I believe, for her in the state of this competition.
She hasn't won a big challenge, and here's her opportunity.
Gabby's struggling a bit. She wants to do this and this and this and keep adding elements. I don't know, it's pretty ambitious.
If she's hungry for the semi-finals, she's going to have to really grit her teeth because she's up against some people who are pulling out all the stops. Preston, as much as I love what he's doing, I do have a little concern about the size of the bed. It's big. You know, I know he has his story, and Preston, he does have an answer for everything. It still feels big. You're not gonna get past me.
I'm gonna add some monarch butterflies because they're endangered. I have to use scissors because it's just so small, so I don't want the blade to be pulling the paper apart. And then I'm gonna add the antenna by the wire. So yeah, it's quite a fair bit of things to do. Oh God, it's so tiny. I can't barely see.
Here is my secret message from the Tooth Fairy. And it's rolled up with some coins, so they'll get to open it. To complete my story of my secret message, of course, there has to be the Tooth Fairy, which is going to be the second element to this. I am making my little fairy, which is going to be the end of this light.
Since it's a teenager's room, I'm putting posters kind of all over the walls so you can get a vibe of who Dawson is. The secret message in my room I'm incorporating in my posters. I have one collection of posters that have words on them, and there are certain letters that are in red. And when you go through and you get all the red letters, it'll spell out misunderstood. Because Dawson is a misunderstood teenager. I just have to make sure I keep them in order, or else I don't have a secret message.
My secret message really excites me because I finally can tell my story that aliens do exist. I'll be making the alien out of clay. The teenager is actually hiding the alien in the bedroom. And he'll be like in his hand-stitched robe, eating food. It's gonna be so funny. Like imagine when the judges open this out. They're like, what's the secret message? It's like, not too bad.
We're down to the final hour, which means, which means the mini mall is now open. Woo! I haven't run that hard in a long time. You guys are animals. I'm out of here. Enough.
From the mini mall, I got a side table and a computer chair. Those were the main things I was looking for. You know, I got some bottles, maybe hide these under the bed. But I'm making a lot of tiny details from scratch to really convey who Dawson is. I've put some chip bags in there, and Dawson is a bad boy.
I'm gonna take a millimeter off. I'm just making minor adjustments here to fit these panels into the room. Sometimes they're off by a few millimeters, sometimes it fits to a T. This is what happens when you eyeball things. I'm stressed because my room looks empty. I need to get in bunk beds, at least to fill in the room. The design of the bed, it's called freestyle.
My workspace is going to be a desk. Drawers aren't incredibly difficult to make, but they do take a little bit of time and a lot of precise measurements to get them to function right. And then I'm also going around with my soft pastels like I usually do and just adding some dust because, you know, this house has been abandoned for 60 years.
Get those details in, miniaturists. You have 5 minutes.
Time is ticking. I just lost the butterfly, but it's fine.
It's going really fast. I could do with more time for sure. I'm terrified because I'm making everything from scratch. Time is running out and I'm like, okay, I can't do this. There's so many more other small elements I want to add to my room. I don't have Zen Gabby anymore. I am a complete ball of stress.
There's a world map because the boy is adventurous. Places are marked with a little red heart. The hidden message is that those hearts represent the locations of all of the competitors from season 2 of Best in Miniature.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up and give yourselves a round of applause.
Oh, look at your little bugs.
Wow,
That's amazing.
That furniture is really nice.
It is, that bunk bed. Looking at my room, I really love it, but I'm walking around and everyone's room is amazing. Everyone is really pushing themselves.
I feel so happy. This room definitely has the most story out of every room I've done. I think the judges are gonna love it. If they don't, then I don't know what else I could have possibly done.
Hello, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah. How you doing?
Tell us about this children's bedroom.
So this is the treehouse inspired room that I wish to have if I could go back in time to be a little kid again. It's insect themed because I used to be obsessed with them.
Oh my gosh, everybody loves a fort when you're a kid. All you need is a blanket and you feel like you're in a different world. The floating butterflies adds a really whimsical touch. The texture and the use of material with the house, it all has that handmade, earthy feel, but somehow this feels a little bit more rustic. Fantastic.
As much as I love the rustic feel to the house, the finishing is a little bit rough around the edges of the skylight. But the small chair, the fact that you have scaled it down because this is a small kid's chair, absolutely gorgeous. Everything about this room says this is my space, a sanctuary for a small child to play, and you've portrayed that beautifully.
Where's your secret message?
Well, would you like to put the lights on?
Light. Oh, wow. Save our future.
Wow.
I heard that some butterflies are getting extinct, and this is the message from little Hannah. I just want people to care about them also.
I think that's a gorgeous touch. Yeah.
My children's room was inspired by Scandinavian design. It's very similar to my real-life kids' room. There's a 5-year-old boy, got his play kitchen, little art area, reading nook.
Definitely feels calming. I love your use of colors here. That little stool being wonky, there's a little mishap there, but I think it's very stylish, very different than the rest of the house, which was the goal. It has its own personality.
Should we look for the hidden message? Shall I look for it?
Oh, right.
It's kind of on the bed, under my sewn item.
Oh.
Thank you for your tooth from the Tooth Fairy.
Oh, nice.
Very cheeky. I love that.
That's so cute.
No money there.
There is.
Gah, gorgeous story. I love this sort of Scandinavian style that you have. I would say there's a couple of finishing elements that I'm not sure about. The texture that you've used to cover the seat at the back, it looks a bit thick to me, like a carpety type material. I'm not sure about that. And the crown moulding is very proud of the house, as you can see. So I would have liked that just to have been finished. But I love the element of the miniature within the miniature. Fantastic idea. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
The little boy in this room, his name's Oliver, named after my pup. He was just sitting down to work on his little model plane when the evacuation took place, so it's still on his desk. He went down to the dining room for dinner and left it just as it is.
Before hell broke loose.
Before all hell broke loose,
Okay.
yeah. And he hasn't been back for 60 years.
What's jumping out at me, other than the color, which I think was a good move, it creates its own atmosphere, is some of the details that you're adding there, which is the personality. Your little hand-sewn item, I assume it's the backpack.
It is.
It really jumps out, and your positioning of it, it's really clever. And your desk drawer unit that you've created, that scratch item, it's fantastic. Great design.
Thank you.
The bed still feels to me a little bit too big, and I think the stool is quite high for the size of the desk because you can't fit under there. But in this room here, the kid in you's come out. You're having fun with this one. And the secret message.
Oh, the map with the hearts on it. Is it where everybody's from?
It is.
Oh, nice.
All of the competitors, there's a little heart over their
Yeah.
home location.
It's very sweet.
Very nice.
My child's bedroom was inspired by my kids' love for computers. In 2050, you've got 6 screens, a biometric handprint to start up your computer. I'm trying to tell the story that these teenagers are potentially hackers.
I think I can see something in here. Oh, look at him. Looks like a little alien in there. I think I've disturbed his breakfast. His mouth is open like, oh, don't mind me. That's hilarious, so you inject his humor into it.
In the hidden secret message, the teenagers are actually hiding
A real alien.
a real alien. And the sewn criteria is the robe the alien is wearing.
You are precision, and I can't fault your craftsmanship and skill. The way you work as well, to work outside and then fit inside, adds another layer of difficulty. You master it each time.
I'm geeking out over that computer workstation. That's awesome. I love the structure that you always put in your rooms and your designs, and the strength to actually hold up this really heavy bed, because it looks like they're made out of metal.
Yeah.
The painting effect, it's like it's actually peeling off. Really, really nice touch.
It's the teenager Dawson's room, so I wanted to make it very messy and cluttered. And so there's lots of posters, clothes on the floor, electronics, garbage, everything I kind of imagine in teenagers' rooms.
Briar. Wow, this is incredible. There is so much going on in this room that you injected in here outside of interior design. From the windowsill with the little cigarette, the way your fabric is cascading down the bed and spooling out. It has life, it has vibrancy. I'm stunned. It is fantastic.
Thank you.
I've been saying put some fire into Briar. Briar, you are on fire. This shines personality, story, scale, and excellence. I love the fact that it shows the evolution of the child to the angsty teenager. The story is complete in this room. I am so proud of you, Briar, because you just let go, and when you let go, you really go for it. Well done.
Thank you.
Do you want to go and look for the secret message, maybe?
Oh yes, there's more.
It's hidden in the posters on the left-hand side here.
The letters are spelling out something.
Yeah.
I see the red highlights. M-I-S-U-N. Misunderstood? Is that what
Yeah.
you said? Yes. Very
Because
nice.
Dawson is misunderstood.
Very cryptic,
Yeah.
very clever.
The final 5. Who impressed you with their kids' room today?
Hannah's felt different for me this time. It really felt like this room was created by this child. It was even more organic. Her use of the materials and the wood really made this feel so unique and totally on brand for what she's doing for her house. Fantastic.
Briar. Gosh, she thought through every detail to make it a really enjoyable and interactive experience because I was immersed in that room, and that's what we've been asking for. She's really following through on it. I love it.
So were there any kids' rooms that weren't as perfect?
Preston has a little scaling issue going on with his bed. His stool's a bit too high. There's things that he could have corrected.
He's really good at giving us stories or even excuses.
But Preston also won the mini challenge.
Gabby's room maybe lacked the wow factor. The story with the Tooth Fairy is almost stronger than the room itself. At this point of the competition, I expect precision, but she made some basic errors in her finishing. I think there are no losers. There are just people that are just so good, and that's where we're at.
The further we get in this competition, the harder it gets. I hope the judges can see that I've implemented things that they had asked for, fun and vibrancy and different colors, and I hope it's enough.
Miniaturists, today we were reminded of the kid in all of us.
There was one person that rose above, capturing all the authentic details we expect to see in a kid's room.
Congratulations. The winner is Briar.
I'm so excited. Not only did I win, which I'm super proud about, but I secured my spot in the semifinals. I really love the room I created, and I'm so happy that the judges saw everything I put into it.
Unfortunately, one very talented miniaturist has to leave us today. It's been incredible to see this artist grow and push themselves beyond what they thought they were capable of. We are sad to say that the person leaving us is Gabby.
Thank you. I'm devastated. Just one away from the semi-finals, but I'm so grateful for this once-in-a-lifetime experience. I've loved kind of watching myself grow, and I'm excited for everything that's going to come after. I will definitely miss being here.